Dun. All right, here we go. This is Fun Employment Radio. I am Greg Nibbler here with Sarah X. Dillon.
Oh, hi.
Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in today, wherever and however you listen. It is so fantastic that you do so. Of course, we are live here 5 days a week normally, and then available via podcast afterward all over the internet, wherever podcasts
This year really hasn't been normal.
And
so
this
far.
has not been normal. So right now, if you're listening via podcast, you're going to notice the sound is a little bit different than normal, and that is because we are recording at my house and also broadcasting live on YouTube right now.
It's true. It's all that we could do today.
It is all we could do, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one being that the city of Portland is still completely covered in snow, and if you don't know anything about Portland, Oregon, it does not do well in the snow.
It does not do well.
A quarter inch can shut this entire city down, and
So that's a quarter inch. Now imagine if it snows 10 inches, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Which has now been compacted by cars and traction and such. Now it's like just sheets of ice covering the city.
Yeah. And so there's sheets of ice because everything kind of melted over that. And the problem is, nobody can drive in the snow, including myself.
Including myself.
Yeah, there's a lot of other people that can't. And I am one of them, and I know that, which is why I stay at home, or I don't drive, and I take TriMet. The problem is, since the city is completely covered in ice too, this is the twofold reason of why we're at my house today instead of at our wonderful studio in Southeast Portland. One being can't drive, and two, the TriMet system is down, which is also kind of wrapped into that. But also, I cannot walk in the ice. And what happened is on Friday, I decided to walk in the ice, and
Yeah, how did that go for you?
not so well.
Yeah.
Not so well.
Greg, also, what shoes were you wearing in this ice, Greg?
I was wearing my hiking shoes. I was
Okay.
actually wearing good shoes.
So you were actually successful in walking this entire week with your Chucks, which
Yeah.
have absolutely no traction, but you actually put on snowshoes, and that's when you slipped.
Yep. I slipped. I didn't even
That
fall.
makes sense. That seems like something that would happen to
Yeah,
you.
and somehow I slipped, and anyway, I screwed up my back, and so this is the most exhilarating story of all time. I've been at my house for 3 straight days. This is the 4th straight day I have not left my house.
Which is
So-
why I'm here, because he can't leave his house because he's
Yeah.
made of glass.
Yes, I am Mr. Glass. That is pretty much it. Unbreakable. So I haven't been able to leave, and it's getting better right now. Anyway, the bottom line is it sucks. Back stuff sucks so badly, and so I've been trapped here at my house, and I think though it's gotten to the point where
Well, I think this is the time that you probably say thank you to me.
Well, I do need to say thank you to Sarah for coming over here. Sarah did come over, and she brought food
All
with
right.
her.
No. Not only did I bring food,
Okay,
I brought food that I made. All right, Greg, let me ask you this. Do I make delicious grilled cheese sandwiches?
Yes, Sarah, you make delicious grilled cheese sandwiches.
Wait, you said that they were delicious.
They are good. No, you did.
They took a
came
long
over-
time to make.
No, I totally understand that. No,
And they're very
No, it
warm
was
and
good. I don't know
delicious on
why.
a cold, icy
Yes,
day.
it's a wonderful grilled cheese sandwich. You did. You came over and you made grilled. Sarah was very nice. Since I can't leave, she came over. She brought grilled cheese sandwiches.
I didn't bring them. I bought the stuff to make
Or you
them,
bought
and
the
then
stuff
I made
and
them.
made grilled cheese sandwiches here for me. So I want to make sure that she gets plenty of credit for that. They are delicious. They are good. You
The
seem
best
so
grilled
angry.
cheese sandwiches in the world.
It seems like it's almost like you have like a gun underneath the table pointed at me right now. Where I'm trying to.
Tell me
I
how
can't
good
leave
they
my
are.
house. I'm trapped here. My back
His links are totally not
doesn't
secret
work.
messages to
We've got a whole
you.
misery situation going on here. It's basically Sarah. Sarah's taking off another one of my limbs every
hobbled
time
him.
that we. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Help me. But so yes, Sarah's been very nice doing that.
And a heating pad.
Yeah. And a heating pad.
his old man
Do you want to
back.
just go through a list of things is this the Thank Sarah show where we go through the list of
Okay. I mean, wow.
no.
This is really unexpected. Thank you so much. I didn't know we were going to have a
I
show
do-
dedicated to how amazing I
I
was.
do owe you. You are right. I do owe you. No, 100%. And
No,
I agree.
it's my pleasure. I'm glad that you were able to get this up and running too, because even though Greg is the only one stuck in his house, I have been totally missing the show, as has he.
Yeah.
And so we're like, we have to figure out something, because I'm not. I made him stay home today, basically, because I just walking from the bus over here, which isn't very far, I was slipping everywhere, and I'm like, you are the clumsiest person in the world. If you're already half broken, if you go outside, you're going to completely break yourself.
Yes.
You might as well take off one day instead of you going out injuring yourself for God knows how long.
Yeah, that is true.
So we have to make the sacrifice of one day for hopefully getting through this last time, and then
taking a look here at the live chat. So we've got 2 live chats going on, one on YouTube and one on our Fun Employment Radio page. Let's see. I'll go to the YouTube comment first here. So Greg got hot dogs and mac and cheese. Oh, yeah. So that's what we were getting through. So, yes, did get the grilled cheese. Keelan King Music says, so she acquired bread and cheese, Herculean effort.
Actually, I'm so glad that you asked that because I have a special recipe of grilled cheese that I make. What I do, I'm sorry, is there another question before I?
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue on with your grilled cheese recipes.
Okay, thank you very much. What I like to do is I like to mix up the cheeses. I don't like to go with one type of cheese. So, for example, this particular last batch of cheese, I mixed some pepper jack along with some Swiss. So did that, of course, you butter both the outsides of the bread. Then I got an avocado, made sure to slice that up real nice and good, put the avocado on top of the cheese, then had some chicken, threw the chicken on that, and then you know what the secret ingredient was, which I just discovered by myself and nobody taught me? Chunky peanut butter. Chunky peanut butter with all of that all together. Isn't it the best sandwich
the best sandwich
you've ever had?
I've ever had in my entire life. I've never had a sandwich
peanut
that was
butter.
as good as that
It
sandwich.
sounds gross, but you should try it. That's my secret ingredient. You're welcome.
Yep. So yeah, everybody's asking when your cookbook is going to be coming out.
Oh, so soon.
Yeah, Sarah's.
I've been working on it since we haven't been able to do
Sarah's
the
secret
show.
recipes. Or
I have 3 chapters.
What are the 3 chapters?
Well, the first one is macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese with hot dogs.
No, that's the second chapter.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the first chapter is macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
The second chapter is you just add something to the macaroni and cheese, and that's a whole other chapter?
No, because you have to make the macaroni and cheese a little different when you're cooking it with the hot dogs. Also,
Okay.
you have to be hot dog specific. It can't just be any hot dog. So you have to kind of figure out the texture, like which goes with what kind of noodles. You have to pair
Okay.
your sausage with the noodle type.
Oh.
And then the
So
third
it's specific,
one...
so you can't use like any kind of mac and cheese.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay.
And then the third, of course, is my grilled cheese recipe. And basically, it's just a grilled cheese, but you add some chunky peanut butter.
And then, okay, and that's the third one.
Like I said, chicken.
So it's
and
not even the grilled
avocado.
cheese part. It's just adding the peanut butter to it.
Yeah, I mean, the peanut
So
butter
it's
and
mac
the
and cheese is one chapter. Then mac and cheese and hot dogs is a separate chapter.
Yes.
And then...
I don't understand why this is unclear.
Okay,
I
and
just
then...
said that.
And then it's grilled cheese with peanut butter. And there's the cookbook, little preview for you that you just got right here.
You can go to funemploymentradio.com and eventually click on that Amazon link and purchase that book.
Yes.
Never.
All right. But yeah, so we did kind of put together a broadcasting system here. This is basically we're using the most of my equipment is down at our actual studio. So this is the leftover pieces. I MacGyvered something together today. So that's kind of why sound may be a little bit off, maybe some issues, but we're doing the best we can. In the live chat, Killian's noting we have a hostage situation here. That's not what's happening.
That's not happening at all. Everything's fine. Greg's
Nope.
very excited.
I love being at my house and not leaving.
How good was that grilled cheese
It
sandwich?
was such a good grilled cheese sandwich with peanut butter.
He's very happy.
Peanut butter on it. It was so good. Anyway, say, what about the tub of chicken nuggets? Ray is asking on YouTube. Let's see.
I don't have the chicken nugget.
Oh,
Greg
the
has the
tub of
chicken
chicken
nugget
nuggets.
problem.
No, yeah, that's true. I do have a chicken nugget.
You know what
issue.
else I brought? Since Greg did name this the Thanks Sarah show. I mean, I can't. It's kind of embarrassing, but I've got to embrace it because that's what's happening. I did also bring Greg some taquitos.
That's true. There are taquitos back there. Yes, and I am known as the.
Just nothing but shame food over here.
There, it's true. But I think this could work out for me. I mean, as much as we're making fun of the fact that I'm a hostage right now, maybe though this is actually changing.
He's joking.
To where, I think when I fully become a recluse, because I really do think I'm probably destined to become a recluse.
Because everybody else is going stir crazy. Like that's why I didn't mind taking the bus and coming over here because I was getting bored at my house. Like I've left my house and walked around my neighborhood because I don't like being trapped in the house.
Oh no, I don't like it
you haven't
either.
complained at all.
No,
You're just kind of
well, that's
sitting
because
here.
I've been in pain. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything.
Can I ask
I
you
can
this?
barely walk across the room, which is what sucks.
Can I
Yes.
ask you this?
Yes.
How many hours over the past few days have you played your orc game?
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not public information.
Oh, actually, can you hold this for me really quick?
Why? What are you doing?
Can you just hold this for me really quick?
This is why I hate doing anything at my house. It puts way too much of my.
Oh, here it is.
God damn it! This puts.
you.
This
All right,
is
here it
exposing me way too much.
Here is, I can't see whether or not this is going to be on. There it is. So Greg has been playing. There we go. Shadow of Mordor. You have to say it like that because you can't say it any other way.
Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor.
About a man who can't die.
Unleash the
He's-
power of the Wraith. Bend Mordor to your will. An
He's-
epic tale of
he's stuck in
revenge
between.
and redemption.
He's stuck in between life and death, and that's pretty much what it is.
So basically, while I'm slaving away making Greg all these grilled cheese sandwiches, he's playing his orc game.
That is absolutely not that is absolutely not
Well, he
true.
can't even get that out straight.
Anyway, Trudy's in the live chat. Hello, Trudy.
Hi, Trudy.
From Naples, Florida. She says Sarah's a good person. She's taking care of Greg the Hermit.
I've even changed out his Kleenex box shoes a couple times.
Wait, what?
Your Kleenex box shoes. Are we
never
not supposed to talk about the fact that you're wearing empty Kleenex boxes on your feet?
Oh, is that your Simpsons reference? Is that what you're going for? Okay.
No, that's a Howard Hughes reference, isn't it?
No, Howard Hughes, I don't think wore Kleenex box shoes, but that's what I was getting to. That's what I wanted to get to. Okay. So it's Joe says one does not simply play Shadow of Mordor. It's true. I mean, it's a man who's stuck in between life and death.
Wait, so you're not an orc?
No, you're not an orc. Nobody wants to be an orc. You kill orcs.
Why don't you want to be an orc? Aren't they kind of powerful?
Or gross, and you want to kill the orcs. And I'm actually fighting the Urex, who are a level above the orcs.
Are they like Nutrias?
Kind of. If Nutrias were people, they would be orcs. Yes. And so. Anyway, it's a very in-depth game, and it's very deep, and you wouldn't understand it, and you wouldn't get it. And that's why you don't play it.
Sure. So, me and my lady brain.
Yes. So, but what I was going to say though, Trudy is saying taking care of Greg the Hermit, and I think less than a hermit, I'm more of a Howard Hughes kind of character because where I could be like a recluse like cult leader. Something along those lines, because I think I am destined. Howard Hughes was super rich. And, he built the spruce goose, and he built like all these amazing random things. And then, and then he ended up living in his room and peeing in a jar. But minus that part.
Speaking of jars, I was going to say, you don't remind me of a Howard Hughes type because you don't have my money. But what I'm thinking of is you remind me of, who's that actor that had his own island, and when people came to stay with him, he made them poop in jars? Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando. Yeah.
You're more of a jar poop recluse, I think. A little bit. You're more of a Marlon Brando. He was an eccentric actor, as are you. Found himself isolated.
Right.
Then step 3, decided that he wanted to start collecting jars of his friend's feces.
Well,
just seems like a natural progression.
That's not what I'm going for. That's not my plan in life. But I mean, I think you kind of have to give and take with that.
I don't think anyone sets out to have jars of poop as their plan.
The wealth and the fame, of being a famous recluse like Howard Hughes. But then I think, you got to poop in a jar every now and then. I mean, that's just kind of what happens. That's what goes with it. It's part of the territory. I'm just saying that's kind of how it would happen. But regardless,
so you've already worked out a scenario to which you can see.
I've embraced it. A little bit.
Your body things.
It's not, again, that's not like the glamour side of it. That's not what you talk about. Like when you talk about famous hermits and recluses, you don't really go into that part of it and discuss that.
But why does everybody know that? I don't know anything else about Marlon Brando except for when he was a recluse, he kept poop in jars and lived on an island.
He lived on a mansion on an island that he owned.
Do you know
There's
anything
lots of
else
other
about
cool
the
things.
mansion?
Yeah, he probably had all kinds of cool stuff that you don't get to know about because
all you know about is the
you
jars
wouldn't
of
be
feces.
invited. You wouldn't be invited to my recluse mansion. Yeah, I mean, everybody else. Basically, it's going to be like The Beach, like the movie The Beach, the book The Beach. It's going to be like that, mixed with, there's going to be all kinds of cool stuff that you wouldn't even get to be a part of.
I'm sorry, aren't I already in your recluse mansion?
Right now, this one.
Yeah.
But this isn't the ultimate goal. This house right here. Anyway.
So if I see you buying a bunch of mason jars, I should be very afraid.
I was just to say I don't have a bunch of mason jars in my basement. It is being asked by some folks here who are asking about the pipes at my house. Yes, the pipes, that was a big issue last week. It's still a huge issue, although it's all fixed now. The plumbing works at my house. It's just I'm going to have to end up replacing those pipes. So I'll talk about that tomorrow on the show because I need some help from listeners. Let's see, some other questions here. Since we are live from the house, somebody wants to have some questions.
Yeah, the background is a lot different
saying,
from the last
this
time
is getting so murdery. It is getting kind of murdery. I noticed as soon as we got to my house, it seemed like that. And I don't know if you can see the backyard because of the way the camera adjusts. I mean, I can kind of show.
Should we?
Yeah, if we lean back, the camera will kind of
Whoop.
focus on it a little bit there. So if you look back there, it keeps focusing weird. But that's just kind of part of it. But I will say this for the visual aspect. We talk about a lot of stuff that goes on at my house and in our lives. On the show, but if you do want a little bit of a visual right now, if you're listening via podcast, go and watch this YouTube video because directly behind us, those trees back there on the other side of that is where the meth head neighbors lived and where the Russian neighbors live now. And they haven't been very active. Now, the meth head neighbors, of course, that was my 10-year-long battle with them. Which I won. I won because they finally moved out.
It's true.
But that is where all that action takes place, is right there directly behind us, behind those trees over there. And then now there are the Russian kids who have new cars every single day. They
really do change out the cars every day.
Every day. Okay, about my plan to be a famous recluse, Vicky says you have to get rich first, Greg. I know, that's true. That is kind of step number one, so I will be setting
We've
up a
already
donation.
built the studio here,
Yeah.
Just on a whim. So I'm sure that you could come up with lots of other uses,
Yeah.
Different things to do here
Oh, sure.
for your income.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think I could have all kinds of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe I do. And then I mean, if you're going to become a recluse, then don't you have to start, like, digging tunnels at some point? Like, you dig tunnels under things.
Probably, but
I
you
feel
probably already have tunnels like going in and out of your house that you just don't know about.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. Kristen says also broadcasting from home. You can call this episode haunted. Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been doing too much. The roommates are home, so I don't want to talk about it too much.
I think only one of them's home.
Oh yeah, no, maybe only one. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think he's probably listening to music or something. So tell me what happened.
No,
lately?
there's not much. There's not much that actually has happened lately.
Okay.
It's been pretty quiet lately. Although, if you would like to check out the Nightmare at Nibbler's video, go to funemploymentradio.com and click on the store link right there at the top, and you can view the entire video that was filmed here at my house for Nightmare at Nibbler's.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you have any other questions, I'd say let's take some questions today. But also, I know you wanted to introduce, though, Sarah, before we do go. Special guest, and I don't know if he's around here or not. Okay, you're gonna have to go get the special guest that's gonna be on the show today. But I'll answer some questions. So I'm just gonna kind of look at this chat here while we're here. Oh, he's right there. This is if you've another thing for a visual. If you have heard me talk about Finnegan before, Finnegan, my roommate Chris's dog, Finnegan is here live on the show right now.
Chris is here too.
And
You can hear it.
Chris is here listening to the show. So this is
Look, Chris.
Finnegan. That is about what Finnegan does. He sits there
He's
like
the
that,
most ridiculous little dog.
and
Hi,
he
buddy.
just that's Finnegan. Hi. I keep saying your name, so now he thinks he's done something, or maybe he's eaten something. That could be. That's also his face that looks like he.
In there.
Yeah, that's his
Oh,
face
that's
that he gets
gone.
when he's done something, and you don't know what it is yet. And so you have to spend the time trying to figure out what.
This is why I don't mind coming over to Greg's house, because that's the thing that I ask. Like, if I'm like, all right, cool, so I'll bring you some food and a heat pack. Is
you got to get him
Finnegan
into
there?
the shot there.
Here, well, you have to hold. Here, you hold my mic. There we go. Let's get you. Hi, buddy. There we go. Oh my God, you're kind of fat again right now. There we are.
Yeah, his other nicknames are Shittigan and Fattigan. But
Yeah.
no, he's Finn. He's awesome. Finn's
He's the
famous.
There you go. Gaze out the window,
He's
Finn.
like, please let me go. This is part of the thing when Sarah comes over to my house. She's trained Finnegan to like being struggle cuddled.
Oh yeah, he is the definition of what, Stockholm syndrome.
Yes, where Sarah has forced him to be held like and pet so much that now he assumes this is what I want. I just want
He
Sarah
thinks he likes it now.
to practically strangle me, and this is what makes me happy. This is how life is now.
No, so he'll just lay there because he used to try to fight it, and he doesn't fight it anymore.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Let's see, a couple of questions here in the live chat. We'll go ahead and answer a couple of those. Ben is asking bingo night. So because of all this weather and everything that's gone on, we've had to delay bingo night, but it's going to be happening. I think we're going to be doing 2 in February now. Excuse me. So I feel safe to say that February 2nd.
February
is
2nd, we're
is
doing
going
a
to be-
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, so we'll be doing, that'll be the next one. We had to bump it back another week just with how screwed up everything got. So February 2nd will be that one, and then we'll be doing 2 in the month of February. So we're going to double up February and tag team February. That's the wrong way to say that.
Yeah, don't say that.
Well, it's the front and the back of
We're gonna hit
February.
it at
We're
both
gonna
ends.
in the beginning of February and at the end of February.
Just
We're
hit
gonna
it at both ends,
we're
Greg.
gonna yeah
Ends
we're gonna
better.
we're gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
Keela notes that Finnegan is sad on the inside.
Oh, I don't even think he knows what sad is.
Jennifer's saying, "Yeah, I get to watch today. No dog walks for me today, which is good and bad. You guys made my day." Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Well, we're just trying to get something out here since the fact that I can't go down to the studio because I'm breakable and my back is.
But I will say I have been delighting Greg today. Is this close enough?
Yep, that's good.
I have been delighting him with my choice of 90s movies that I brought over while we were getting ready.
So this is the problem. It's the good and the bad of not being able to really move at all.
Oh, you can't do anything.
So, and God bless Sarah, I can't leave. So Sarah went and got food and made grilled cheese sandwiches for me. But also, I can't really move. So,
Oh, he can't move.
Because of that, because she's got her tiny little apartment, and I do have a rather sizable living room and a television available.
And it's warm here, and he has cable.
Yeah.
So I kind of have plopped here. I'm just going to be
So
here all
we've
day.
got
This is what's going to happen.
We got a hermit and a squatter situation going on here, and Sarah's been bringing over her really crappy DVDs that we've been having to
Including,
watch.
but not limited to, the stellar 1998 movie, Urban Legend. Oh, Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's the best. Let me tell you a little bit about it.
Nobody else is saying, oh,
There's
yeah.
a Jared Leto in it. There's Rebecca Gayheart. As if you're an oldie goldie like us, you know her as the Noxema girl. There's that weird redheaded girl who was in a bunch of random 90s movies and then has ceased to exist. I don't even know. She's probably on Lifetime. There's Pacey from Dawson's Creek. And, of course, Tara Reid all the billions of surgeries she had to mess up her body. So if you haven't seen Urban Legend, it's amazing.
Okay.
The front of it says, what you don't believe can kill you.
Wow. That's pretty
Greg?
deep. That is pretty deep.
Would you like me to read you the premise of this? Because we're going to be watching it.
I don't really need to have the premise of it.
Are you sure?
No, I think I'm good.
It's a hip-talking horror film along the lines of Scream.
A hip-talking horror
A
film.
hip-talking horror
So
film.
that is
Greg.
going to be the one that we're going to
So
be.
we're going to go ahead and do that. I also brought When a Stranger Calls. I brought Singles. And I also brought The Skeleton Key. So we're just going to have a real rip-roaring time today.
Yeah, but it's going to be a real rip-roaring time. We're having such a good time right now.
Yep.
Yep.
He's having a great time.
I'm having such a good time right now.
Aren't you
I am
grateful?
basically Finnegan at this point. Since I can't move, I have no choice in this matter. We truly have a misery situation. All right,
We will if you keep talking like that.
All right, a couple of quick other questions here in the live chat, and then we'll probably go ahead and wrap up for right now. I guess we did show the background. What's that?
Oh, I do want. So Courtney is asking, is Sarah going to make you watch a Lifetime movie? My friend Jessica,
Yes.
who is a fellow Lifetime aficionado, told me about this movie that she said is one of the lifetimiest ones that she's ever seen, and it's called Open Marriage. So I'm thinking that
What
might
is
have to be-
open marriage about?
I think it's about an open marriage.
Okay, but what else? But clearly something goes wrong.
Something goes wrong because, what do you think the tagline would be? It's like open marriage, how free can you really be to love someone or something? Like, if
Okay.
someone's probably going to fall in love and the other person's going to get mad because they had an open marriage. I think it's probably going to be the man that falls in love with another woman.
No, that's not what's going to happen. No, I can tell you. Okay, open marriage. All right, I'll give it just a brief synopsis of open marriage, of how that works.
Please do.
Okay, so it's a young couple, and they got married, and they'd been together for like 15 years. They got married right out of high school.
Right out of high school.
Right out of high school. So they've only been together for that
Were
entire
they like
time.
the it couple in high school?
No, they were all right. They were just like a couple. They were just a
just a
couple.
couple, okay.
Yeah. They weren't like super famous or anything. They were like they were just like a normal couple. They got married right out of high school because they were in love. She had a kid early. She got pregnant early. Pregnant right after they got out of the high school. So this is my guess here.
Okay.
Now she got pregnant, and then they had a
actually
kid,
gonna
and they
look this
raised
up
their
while you talk
family.
about
They
it.
raised their family, and they get to be about 30 years old, and they realize, you know what, we've hardly even lived life. We've got this 13-year-old. She was 17, by the way. We've got a 13-year-old now. We're 30 years old, but he's been doing good in his career because he hasn't been focusing on partying or anything like that. They've just been living their lives. And so what they did is, now that he's got a good job, and she's doing well, and she's getting to know this new neighborhood that they moved into. They moved
Oh,
into
it's a new
town.
neighborhood. Is it a sexy neighborhood?
Well,
is this going to be an
it's
eyes wide shut thing?
It's not an eyes wide shut thing. No,
Oh
I'm
my
saying they
God.
moved in. So then they move into this suburb, like a suburb of, we'll say it's got to be L.A. It's some suburb of L.A. And so they move in there, and he's got this new job, and he's meeting all these new people, and she's meeting the neighborhood people. And as they're hanging out, and they go to like the neighborhood party where it's all these other parents, and they have babysitters for the kids. And like, oh no, the kids, don't worry about the kids. We have a babysitter house for them, and there's like some babysitter house that all the kids go to, so all the adults can hang out and play, and they're all in the neighborhood. So it's not like they can have some drinks. It's like, don't worry, you're not driving anywhere.
I'm looking at this. I don't
And-
think there are any kids. Like, you're focusing
No,
too much on the kids. It's
no,
supposed
the
to be about a
kid.
marriage.
No, the kid is part of it. So then, since it's because it's open marriage, they're like, well, hey, let's just have a little bit of a party here because we're all here having some champagne in the suburbs and we're all rich, And then they get out the key bowl and they put keys in the bowl, and they're both like, you know what? Well, we've never done anything like this. This is just crazy, honey. What do you think? And then she's like, yeah, I guess so. Let's just have some fun. Let's loosen up. And she's the one getting him to do it, and she's starting to goad him onto like loosening up. And he's like, all right. And then they split off in the bedrooms, and then he's like with some other lady that he doesn't know, and he's like, oh no, I can't do this. I love my wife too much. But then he walks out,
Are you
and meanwhile,
still talking?
she's already gone to town there, and she's already having fun. And he opens the door, and then he feels bad because he's like, oh, but I said it was okay, but I don't know. And he closes the door, and he sits there, and he's like, oh, I didn't want this for us. And then, she starts falling in love with that guy, but then she starts like bouncing around the neighborhood, and he doesn't know what to do. And then he gets really jealous because he said it was okay. And then that's where it kind of ends up with open marriage. And then he gets mad and he ends up shooting the husband. There's a shooting that happens, or the other guy. One of the other guys, because he's jealous, and then it turns out that guy wasn't even with her in the first place, and she just left him, and she just wanted to make him happy. That's open marriage, so I don't really need to see that.
No, it's all right. We'll still
no
watch
need
it.
to watch it. So
we
that's
have to watch it to see
my synopsis.
How accurate it is to your description.
I think that
it would just make sense.
No, that's my synopsis of what open marriage is by Lifetime. I think that's pretty much it. I don't
we'll check and make sure.
Well, all right.
We'll check and make sure.
Well, anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in to our live stream here that we are doing today on YouTube, our MacGyvered together live stream, because I cannot leave the house because I've become a recluse. If you're just tuning in,
Do you want
to
to show
sum
everybody
that
your
up.
heating pad?
So, no, I don't need to show everybody my heating pad. My embarrassment and shame is strong enough without showing everybody my heating pad. That doesn't need to happen.
He just suggested his heating pad.
Yeah. Anyway, there's somebody with a sled going outside my house.
Asshole.
Jerks. But yeah, so we should be back tomorrow. Hopefully, the ice storm is supposed to come in this afternoon here in Portland. I hope we don't, lose power or anything. That's another reason I wanted to get this out right now.
Yeah.
And then should be back in the studio tomorrow. I am much better than I was on Saturday, but I have been in my house for 3 straight days, and I haven't left once. Not once. I've been here.
Have you showered?
Yes, that I have. I have done that.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not.
You don't smell, but then again, I wasn't really smelling you.
No, I'm okay. No, I showered. I showered. I'm fine. But I'm home now. I do want to say this. Thank you very much to one of our fine sponsors, and that is Worthy Brewing. Worthy Brewing,
They're
which are the sponsors
sponsor.
of our green room, Worthy Brewing, and we're drinking these right now out of well, not only do we have Worthy Brewing, who's a fine sponsor of Fun Employment Radio, and our green room, which is wonderful, worthybrewing.com. They're over in Bend. Sarah and I may or may not be going out there for something very soon that you guys get to watch. But also, we have another fine sponsor with us too, and that is Next Adventure. A double one. So Next Adventure, nextadventure.net. I'm so jealous of everybody who's been out here in the snow grabbing cross-country skis, which you can go down and get from Next Adventure, and I believe you can rent them there as well, and tool around the city. So if you can get out and about, this would be the time to go do that, or just check out everything that they've got down there. Next Adventure, nextadventure.net, of course, on this corner of Stark and Grand here in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, our buddy Kaya said the ice is already coming down.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, yes, it is. It is right now. Look, Greg, look behind you.
Kaya is actually not too far from where I live.
Kaya's about
as the crow flies, about like 4 blocks, I think.
Yes.
So, yep, it is starting to ice storm right now. So ice is coming down here in Portland. So if you're out there, be careful, be safe. Just be careful out there.
That looks like a nightmare. Yeah, everyone, please be careful. If you feel unsafe driving, don't drive. Don't drive. Like, your life isn't worth trying to, get to work or go to the store or whatever.
Suman, one more thing in the live chat at funemploymentradio.com/live says Greg needs to invest in a green screen so they can do on-location shows. That's pretty good. Yeah,
that's a really good idea.
There's a lot more we can do here at this house. Or not just at this house. I need to get out of this house.
I wish that I had like a wheelchair, but with like skis attached to the bottom of it.
Where you could just push me out?
I would totally push you to the bar because I'm totally bored.
I was going to say, I do have a wheelbarrow we could use, but somebody stole that out of my backyard, so I don't have a wheelbarrow anymore.
Classy.
Yeah, it's a classy neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget, we are live at funemploymentradio.com/live 5 days a week, generally speaking.
Usually
we are. And then also we are on YouTube for this, so youtube.com/funemploymentradio. So subscribe to our channel on there, and then it will notify you when you go live. We will be doing a lot more of these with better quality than the MacGyvered pieced together thing that I've come up with here for this show.
Drink every time he says MacGyvered.
MacGyvered is good, though. I'm proud of the MacGyver
I know you are. It's good.
MacGyver's a great show.
Like, it was an excellent show. My mom really likes the new one. I haven't seen the new one.
I can't watch the new one. He doesn't have a mullet.
Yeah, without Scott Bakula. No, that
It's
wasn't
not
Scott
Scott
Bakula. I always get him confused. The mullet.
Michael Dean Anderson.
Wow, I never even knew his name.
I mean, let's just get that right. And his mullet was amazing. And the new guy doesn't have a mullet.
His mullet looked very soft.
It was feathery, but I mean, he was a tough guy.
He was.
He could survive any kind of
Hard
situation.
exterior, soft
A lot of
hair.
people say I'm the MacGyver of podcasting.
Nobody's ever said that about him.
Before. Also,
Ever.
the Q-tip of podcasting. People have said that as well. So these are just things that I hear that I repeat.
Our pal Kristen says, Sarah, you should inflate an inner tube and then pull him on a sled. Pull it on like a sled. I kind of want to. I kind of feel like it's almost my responsibility to get him out of this house a little bit.
Yeah, but the problem is then you're going to break me more. It's the fact that I'm mildly broken. That's why I'm Can't leave this house. And now I've become, no, I may have given myself Stockholm Syndrome. I can't leave this house. I can't ever leave it. I'm here now.
You love it.
I love it. That's what Sarah told
Just
me.
like Finnegan loves me.
All right. I think that's about enough for today. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Like I said, we will be back live tomorrow.
Yes.
Check out the podcast. Sorry, as if you're watching live, I'm looking around because I'm trying to find the right buttons to press as I'm doing this. And we will, we have enjoyed this. This is
Yes.
fun. Yeah.
This
So
has been
subscribe
so much fun.
subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at Funump Radio and Facebook and all those other places. And we will be back tomorrow with more Fun Employment Radio.
.com. Bye.
Where'd Finn go?
Where is he? Here. I should probably show him.
Okay. Show Finn one last time.
Yes. Finn,
All right.
Where are you, buddy? Hi, friend.
Okay, we're grabbing Finn for our closeout, which is poorly timed.
Hi, friend.
All right, put Finn on. He's so confused about what's going on. He just hears us talking and has no idea why we're talking or what's
buddy.
happening.
Say bye, Finn.
Yeah, okay. There's Finn.
I can't even see what it looks